What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Evan Gun Stuff. Today I have for you the Springfield Prodigy 4.25. I love this gun. It's been in my safe since October of 2022, and it is my most shot pistol out of my gun safe. All my friends love shooting this thing. I love shooting this thing, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about it. Thank y'all so much for 200 subscribers already. I feel like just last week I was thanking y'all for 100. But that being said, man, y'all keep eating up this content. We're gonna keep on trying to produce it. Shout out to all the dads out there too. This past weekend was Father's Day. Shout out to all the dads, y'all are holding it down. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into this one. These guns did come out in September of 2022, so Precision Tactical actually got one in shortly after they dropped. We sure do appreciate that because I was able to get my hands on it pretty quick. When this gun came out, I was super excited about it because at the time it was really one of the only double stack 9mm polymer grip 1911 platforms for this price. Nowadays in 2024, there's a couple of options which we are going to talk about, but at the time this was the only and a no-brainer option for me that was looking to get into my first 2011. Now, when you hear me saying 2011 throughout this video, I understand that Staccato has that trademarked and that's kind of their thing, but whenever you hear people talking about this gun, the word 2011 gets thrown around a lot, so we're going to stick to that. Whenever I say 2011, I really just mean a polymer gripped metal frame, metal slide, double stack 9mm 1911 platform. That's what I'm referring to. But without further ado, guys, we're going to talk about some of the specs of this gun and my setup. So for my Prodigy, I am running the Surefire X300 Ultra. I like this flashlight a lot. Whenever I can afford to put a big flashlight on a gun, I definitely like to, especially on this gun, just because it makes it look amazing, and it does help some of that weight go towards the front, which keeps your muzzle flip a little bit less. I did have the EOTech E-Flex on this gun at one point, but I did somehow break the E-Flex. I have a couple of them, and this gun is a Safe Queen, which we're going to talk about. It's never even seen a holster, and somehow I ended up breaking the E-Flex. So I'm back to the factory optics cover plate, which, I mean, honestly, the iron sights are pretty good on this gun. So real quick, you guys, I did want to show you all the sights on this gun. It is going to be a fiber optic front with a U-shaped rear. We're going to pull up our favorite target so that you guys can check this out, what it looks like. So whenever you're aiming the gun, it definitely feels really good. I mean, I'm usually used to a 3-dot system, but honestly, I've gotten pretty used to the U-shape. You get pretty used to it pretty fast, and honestly, the gun points really well. But with all that being said, guys, let's talk about some of the selling points behind this gun and what Springfield had in mind whenever they brought it to the market. So right off the bat, guys, I do want to get it out of the way that this video is not sponsored by Springfield. Springfield is actually not my favorite brand of gun, but they did not supply this gun. I bought this with my own money, put a lot of rounds through it. Back to what I was saying though, Springfield, they're okay. I like their 1911 and their metal hammer fire platforms a lot. Some of their polymer guns I don't really care for. I understand that a lot of their guns have a great place in the market and they sell a lot of them. It's just not my preferred brand. So a couple of the selling points behind this gun is the first thing is going to be the stainless match grade bull barrel. This guy is 1 in 16 twist and it is really nice. Makes for a super smooth gun. Also, it doesn't get too hot very fast. Another thing is going to be your skeletonized hammer. You're also going to have an ambidextrous thumb safety and forward serrations. Forward serrations are something that I kind of expect from all guns coming out these days, but they do help with press checks and help manipulate the gun a lot. It's really easy to run this gun. And right here up at the front, I find myself racking the gun from the front instead of the back a lot of the time, but that's just me. So this gun does come in at 32.5 ounces, which makes it a little bit heavier compared to a lot of other 2011s. The first thing that sticks out to me is going to be your forged frame and your forged slide. That means that it's going to be all steel, whereas some of your like Staccato Ps and stuff, you can option them with aluminum frames, which makes them nice and light. That being said, I don't know if I would recommend carrying this gun. I think that you would have to decide that on your own because 32.5 ounces with an unloaded mag is pretty heavy. And at least for me, I decided that I didn't want something that heavy, but there's also other reasons as to why I didn't want to carry this gun. So Springfield does advertise that this trigger is 4.5 pounds. I think that it might be a little bit lighter, but I will show that to you guys. So you've got a nice small amount of take up, a wall, crisp, clean break, and then right back off, short audible reset. I don't think you can ask for much more than that. That's that classic 1911 style trigger, which everybody loves. I like it a lot. Like I said, whenever you're on the range shooting with this gun, the wall is nice and you can definitely feel those resets. So I think there's a great trigger that they put in this gun. It also does have the over travel screw built into the trigger. The Staccato CS does not. The Staccato P and a lot of 1911s these days do come with an over travel screw. So we always appreciate that whenever we can get it. So one thing that I'm not super impressed with is going to be the finish on this gun. It is a black Cerakote finish from the factory. You see Cerakote a lot in the aftermarket, and you see a lot of people doing crazy stuff with Cerakote. I'm not saying that Cerakote's a bad coating. However, on this gun in particular, it seems like it's really susceptible to wear, scratches, and dings and stuff. Again, this gun is a safe queen. I don't even have a holster for this gun. This thing is strictly a range toy, and just moving it around the safe, it does show some signs of wear. Whereas say like my Staccatos and stuff, I carry them a lot and put them through hell, and they don't get this kind of wear on them. I wish that Springfield would have opted for a little bit better of a finish, but I mean, I think that that definitely leads into some of that price point on this gun. That's just something that I noticed. A lot of people don't care about scuffs and scratches, but I 100% do. So this gun does have a 2-piece guide rod, which means that you will need tools to take it apart. But instead of like, say your Staccato, again, I know that I'm comparing that gun a lot, but it's gonna be your step up from there, at least the only ones that I have experience with. But those guns, they do have the Dawson Precision System, which is 1 piece. That being said, if you have to take this gun apart at the gun range, you will need an Allen key to stick in the end of the gun. It's not super hard, but it's definitely, again, something that I think leads into the price point on this gun. Final thing I want to talk to you guys about is the agency AOS plate system on this gun. This gun does come with 1 plate, and that's for the Hex Dragonfly. The Hex Dragonfly is an optic produced by Springfield, and it kind of sucks in my opinion. At least the things that I've read on it, I mean, it's okay. It's a red dot, you know what I mean? But I think that there's a lot better options. That being said, the agency AOS plate systems, they're good. They have great lockup, but they are $130, which I think is worth mentioning just because if you come from a Glock or whatever, you can buy a set of 4 plates for 40 to 50 bucks to put on any footprint you want. Whereas each footprint plate from Agency Arms is going to be $130. I think that's something that drives people away from this platform. I understand that that's pretty common for anything that has the rear iron sight built into it, like a lot of 2011 plates do, but it is something worth mentioning. So that wraps up a lot of the selling points on this gun. I am going to talk to you guys about some of the issues I had filming this video and some of my honest thoughts and opinions on this gun. So right off the bat, when this gun came out, I saw a lot of early press release and I saw people getting their hands on these guns and putting them through their paces. That being said, the 5-inch models seem to have some issues with their guide rods and being undersprung or oversprung. Not 100% sure on that, but I do know that they were causing issues. So right off the bat, whenever I was planning to pick mine up, I immediately threw away the idea of it being a carry gun or a duty gun or something I shoot in competition just because I'm not willing to risk it. That being said, I still bought the gun just as a range toy. So I think that if you're looking at this gun, I think that you need to figure out exactly what you want this gun to be for you. In 2024, there are other options that are under, right at, or a little bit over this price range, which we are going to talk about. This gun comes in at $14.99 MSRP. I don't think I would pay that just because I see these guys going for $1,300 on sale or all the way as low as $900 to $1,200 used. So that being said, I don't think I would pay that $1,500, but if you can pick one up, I think it's definitely worth it. Out of the 3,000 rounds that I have through this gun, I have had 0 malfunctions out of it. I shouldn't say 0 because I'm sure there's some in there that I just can't think of. But at least I haven't noticed like a consistent failures or consistent malfunctions on this gun. Hell, if it did malfunction, I can't even remember it, so it must not have been that bad. Again, I have had this gun since October of 2022, and it is one of my fan favorites. All my friends love this gun. Charles and Steve, I know that this is one of y'all's favorite gun to shoot at the range. My girlfriend shoots really well with it, funny enough. So this thing's always getting taken to the gun range every time. Like I said, it doesn't go into a holster and it doesn't serve me really any super practical purpose, but it is a lot of fun and I've definitely got my money worth out of it. So keep in mind, guys, as we're going throughout this video, this is not me trying to sell you this gun or steer you away from this gun. This is purely just my experiences with the gun and my thoughts on it. In 2024, I do think that there are other great options. A couple of options that come to mind are the Live Free Armory Apollo 11 or the Mac 11 double stack, or the Thesis double stack. I mean, a lot of those guns are just coming out and they're just hitting the market, and all of those are actually going to be priced lower than the Springfield Prodigy, but really apparently be packing a punch. I'm looking to get my hands on 1 or 2 of those in the future to do reviews on, so I can't speak on them a whole lot. Another great gun that is going to be above that price range, but I think honestly is probably worth the money, is going to be the Bull Armory SAS. The SAS lines are great. Bull Armory has been killing it here recently. They're big in the competition scene, but they're starting to move into the consumer market, and I think that they are absolutely killing it. So those guns do MSRP closer to $1,700, $1,800, but that's if you can find them. If you can find one for around that price, it's a great deal. All those guns are going to make for great options, but remember when I bought this thing in October of 2022, this was really the only option that the consumer market had for a double stack polymer grip 1911 that was going to fit below staccatos, you know what I mean? Because you're not buying a staccato for anything less than $2 grand, and for a lot of people that's kind of unobtainium. It was for me back at that time for sure. So whenever this gun came out, I was really excited about it. And whenever this gun came out, it created a lot of waves in the community. The staccato guys hated it because of course they do. A lot of the guys like me were really excited about it to try out this platform, and honestly it kind of took the internet by storm. I fell in love with it just seeing the press release photos of this gun with the EOTech E-Flex with the X300 on it. I saw that picture from SHOT Show, and then immediately I was like, I've got to have that, and I 100% did. This gun's been great. Like I said, 3,000 rounds, very minimal malfunctions. It's been great for sure. This gun is going to come with one 17-round magazine. It is also going to come with a 20-round magazine. Springfield Armory does make a crazy looking 26-round magazine, which you can buy aftermarket. But again, it's gonna come with, same as a lot of these guns these days, just a regular old fabric carrying case. 2 mags are kind of industry standard like I talked about. I always appreciate it when they send more, but that being said, the gun will take Atlas, Staccato, and MBX mags. If you do have magazine issues out of your Prodigy magazines, you can look at some of those. Those are going to be way more expensive, but they probably will be more reliable. So again, you guys, I just want to bring it home that I did get this gun in October of 2022, and at the time, it was really one of the only consumer options available just because you can't buy a Staccato for less than $2 grand, and that's even true back then. And I think that honestly, that's kind of unobtainium for a lot of people. It was for me, especially at that time in my life back then. So just being able to step into this platform for less than $1,500 is fantastic. And honestly, I have got every single penny's worth out of this gun. This gun's never wronged me. This gun's never skipped a beat. That being said, I do keep it well oiled. I did read on somewhere on Reddit or something that this gun does like oil, but that's just always been a practice of mine, is just to clean my guns, keep them well oiled, because whenever they are oiled, they super smooth. But again, guys, this is not a video saying that you should or should not go buy the Springfield Prodigy. I think that you should do your own research. I hope that my opinion helps you guys out. If you're looking to get this gun and you're a little bit on the fence, I think you should definitely go for it, because it's going to be a good pickup. But that being said, keep in mind all the other options I did mention in this video. So just to wrap up the video, I sure do appreciate you guys watching. If you have a Springfield Prodigy, let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. If you're looking to get one, let me know what you end up going with. And if you like this kind of video, make sure to like and subscribe. We sure do appreciate, again, all the support on the channel. Y'all have been absolutely killing it. 200 subscribers is crazy, and honestly something that I didn't think that we would see for quite a while. We're gonna keep on trying to produce good content for you guys. MrMagFull will be cooking this video up for you guys, so make sure y'all go check out his content. With all that being said, you guys, peace.